Hello and welcome. I hope that you are doing well. If you're wanting to talk about books, you have come to the right place because today we are talking about 24 Seconds From Now and other books by Jason Reynolds. If you are not familiar with this author, he writes books for the middle reader and young adult age group. And this time our main book is a YA book that deals with some sensitive topics, but it does so with great empathy, compassion, and understanding. 24 Seconds From Now is a young adult love story where the main characters are a teen couple who are thinking about taking their relationship to the next level. What's unique about this book is that it's written from the young man's perspective. And as the author says, he is trying to figure out who he is in the midst of these feelings around his girlfriend. And the story begins with Neon, the young man, locked in his girlfriend's bathroom, freaking out a little about what they're about to do. In a series of flashbacks that moves backwards through time, we see Neon interacting with his friends, his sister, his parents, his grandparents, and even learn the beginnings of this relationship. And these conversations are, to some extent, based on conversations the author had as a young man with members in his family. His discussions with the various family members and his girlfriend, Aria, are especially poignant. I find it interesting to listen to the author's interviews about this book. So if you're interested and have some time, search for Jason Reynolds and the book 24 Seconds From Now, and there are some very interesting interviews out there. It's extremely insightful, and he's telling his readers that their life, as it exists, is a life that matters enough to be written about. So let's take a little time to look at some other books by Jason Reynolds. And we're going to start with Ghost, which is the first book of the author's track series. Castle, who is called Ghost, runs. It is all he's ever known. When he challenges an elite sprinter to a race and wins, the track coach sees crazy natural talent. Ghost has been so busy trying to outrun his past that he has never run for a track team. Can he meld with the team, or will his past catch up with him? Long way down, and I have the graphic novel version here. And this was the first book that I read by this author, and it is so impactful. Will's brother Sean is shot and killed. He knows the rules. He knows that he is expected to get revenge. So he takes his brother's gun and steps onto the elevator. As he descends, at every floor, somebody from Sean's past, whether family or friend, steps onto the elevator. And from conversations with these people, Will learns more about Sean's life and learns that his choice can change what happens. And finally, Ain't Burned All the Bright by Jason Reynolds and artwork by his friend Jason Griffin. And this book is a combination of artwork and poetry, and it's a look at a black family living through and dealing with the events of the summer of 2020. The main character is a young man whose father is ill. His mother is glued to the television, watching the events portrayed on the news, and his sister is fighting injustice in any way that she can. He is isolated from his friends because of COVID, and because of his family situation, he is isolated from his family who he lives with. And he has questions that many of us have. Why we won't change the world, and the way we treat the world, and the way we treat one another. And there we are. I hope that you enjoyed this look at books by Jason Reynolds, especially his newest, 24 Seconds From Now. And if you're interested in these books, I suggest you give them a read. They are all really well written and very good books. I will be back soon, and we will talk about the book Wisteria, which is the third and final book of the Belladonna series. by Adeline Grace. I hope to see you then, and until then, I hope that you enjoy all that you do and all that you read. And thank you.